I came from New York City to live the Maine life. I was hired to design outdoor footwear.
I live the Maine life. We're looking for college grads, so come get your check.
I came from Venezuela to live the Maine life. I opened my own restaurant.
Learn more about hundreds of Maine jobs and our tax program for college grads at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Hey everyone, here's a look at what's coming up on this week's episode. Look at what the dog dragged in.
Huge topic, huge topic. So many options for everybody.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks a million.
We found that the story is really exactly what they're looking for.
Fireflies are burning bright. Follow the sweet sounds into the twilight.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Erin Valley, and this is MaineLife.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground.
Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Hey everyone, in this week's Maine Business, we are at Certify in downtown Portland. Certify is a young and growing company that simplifies travel and expense management for companies worldwide. And while they are developing great products, they're having a lot of fun while doing it. Before we meet some of their folks here, we're going to check back in with Kevin Oates at Myro Studios with this week's Maine Music, Hours North.
Swinging hammers, East Louisiana, he's one tough son of a. He's working long days, he works the days away. He ain't got 2 pennies to pay. So come on, come on. Don't look down, don't look down. Mama is a lover.
It's been about 3 years now, give or take. Me and Jack have been playing together since we were like 14 years old.
Really?
We've just been in bands, in and out of bands forever. And you know, we just kind of did the acoustic thing for a while, just me and him. We played a couple dive bars, and then people like kind of was like, hey, man, that sounded good. Maybe I should keep that going. And then we formed a band, and here we are. The Portland scene has been really kind to us recently.
Nothing but love.
Like it's been progressively just getting better and better and better. Like more people coming out, like especially to like Portland House of Music. You know, we played to close to 200 people. It was crazy, and it's just like people are actually coming out and seeing us, and it's exciting because you know you never know how far that you reach until you see it firsthand. The biggest like obstacle I feel is like trying to stay different enough. You know, there's a lot of bands coming out that, you know, they're fantastic musicians, but it seems as if like there's like this like common trend with music. And we're just trying to break the mold best we can, you know, make music that's different.
Trash won't take my debt to clear the earth. Only got 9 lives, ain't living just a word. Give me hell, might as well. Got nothing left to say. Oh my, oh my. I'm caught in the curling away. I'm today, my day's ruined. I'm struggling to pay our dance away. My life is ruined.
Live and Work in Maine is a statewide organization that partners with Maine employers to help attract and keep people here to live and work full-time. Our partnership with MaineLife helps to tell their stories.
We are a high-growth technology company focused on travel and expense management. When the iPhone was released, I think as the story goes, Bob and Alan saw the nature of business travelers was not changing. You know, people are constantly on the road, taking care of paper receipts. Why not just allow business travelers to take a picture of their receipt that is going to be reimbursed because they're on business travel, submit that through to their accounting department and have them be reimbursed much quicker. Instead of having to track everything, go back to your home desk, plug everything into Excel, wait for processing times, no more. And that's what sort of Certify started as and has sort of developed over time. The goal is to be the #1 sort of spend management company in the world someday.
I come from the Boston startup scene, so I think most importantly about Certify is that we are one of the few tech startups in the southern Maine area.
The other piece that people think about is, oh, if I move to Maine, I'm going to have to settle. And it's really not true. I mean, there's a growing scene, there are a lot of jobs, there's a lot of opportunity, and it continues to grow. So it's nice to be a part of that growth.
I think Bob in particular, he's such a fan of Portland, Maine, and wants to keep this our home. And so there's an interest in participating in local Maine organizations or businesses. We do a lot of volunteering locally. The leadership at Certify is interested in the company culture, but also in ingraining that company culture in Portland and in southern Maine.
We started with 4 people above a brew pub in Portland, right, with an idea. And here we are, 120 plus employees. We have this model called customer happiness, and it's really, it's something I learned from when I worked at LL Bean. So if you're not happy, they'll give you a refund. And so in our world, if you're not happy, we'll make you happy, or you can disconnect the service and at no cost. So it's really been one of those moments that it has grown on me how important having sort of this Maine culture and this Maine workforce has helped the company be successful on a global basis. If you can come to Maine and enjoy the lifestyle and sort of the pace of life, but also enjoy working for a company that gives you the opportunity to excel your career and make a meaningful income, it seems to be a really strong sort of equation that works.
What I really love about the MaineLife is that you can spend so much time outside relaxing. Even when you're doing activities, you know, you're still not going crazy. So that's kind of why I moved here, and that's what my MaineLife looks like.
I love being a pet owner and going to beaches and yeah, just experiencing Maine. What's not to love?
Our lifestyle supports living in Maine as well because we spend time outside, going to the beaches, avid runners and marathon training right now. In the wintertime, love to ski, both downhill and Nordic. Obviously, the choices for restaurants, breweries, things to go do and see are sort of endless, and there's always new things popping up.
We're investing in tech. We're investing in people's careers at the start of their careers. You know, we're investing in this idea of employees as a culture, as a community.
I was really thrilled to come to a young company that was growing, that had the startup feel, that had opportunities and was going to challenge me. It's real, it's here, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild, taking the road less traveled. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really share my life with. I guess I'm just looking for someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
In this week's Maine Tales, Baxter and I had the opportunity to stop by Martinis for Mutts, a fundraiser at the Regency Hotel here in Portland in support of the Animal Refuge League of Greater Portland. Take a look at all the cuteness for a great cause.
This is our 5th annual Martinis for Mutts. We're expecting 130 people, 60 plus dogs to raise money for the Animal Refuge League and our life-saving program. So we're excited.
Tell us a little bit about why you support the Animal Refuge League.
Yeah, I love animals. I love pets. I love how loyal they are and how much love and joy they bring to people. So anytime the Animal Refuge League or any of the local animal organizations have any type of events, we try to get out and support them.
This party is for the dogs, so we have lots of goodies and treats, amazing martinis and food for the humans as well. So it's definitely a fun day for people and their pets. Funds from this event support the 4,000 animals that rely on our services every year. We are a life-saving organization and we couldn't do what we do without events and support like this. 4,000 animals walk through our doors every year, dependent on our shelter and treatment. So we're here for the animals tonight and it feels good.
Look at what the dog dragged in. Our buddy Dave here. How's it going?
Great.
Who's this little guy?
Riley.
Hey, Riley.
Our 2-year-old buddy. Right?
First year coming?
First year coming here. And so I had some good friends that have been here many times and brought us along. And
this is the crew?
Friends. Yeah.
Hey, paw friends. Hey there. Just one more organization for you to support, right?
Exactly.
Good times. Will you say goodbye?
Can you give a kiss? Kisses? Kisses?
Oh, he wants to know. I swear he loves her. Hi, princess.
Hi, thank you.
Come next year.
Thank you.
Come next year.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Back here hanging out on Soulmate with Jill Hinckley of Hinckley Introductions. Good to be back.
Isn't it great?
And we are talking social media and online dating, which, where do we even begin?
Right.
The world is very big out there.
Huge topic, huge topic. So many options for everybody.
So what do you say to folks, potential clients, about the other social media? First, starting with Facebook, their Instagram account, Twitter.
I say when you're getting ready to date and thinking about putting yourself out there for the first time, maybe in a long time, really consider social media as your friend. It's a great option. I even think online dating can be great. Some people come to me because I'm a matchmaker and that's the last thing they want to do. They don't want to be online. But I think if you're safe and you do it right and you go to the right sites, it can be a wonderful option. Facebook is a wonderful way of connecting with old friends that you haven't seen in a long time. It's important to clean up your Facebook page, make sure your pictures are great. You might not want to have a lot of pictures of your ex-boyfriend all over your Facebook page.
No.
So you might want to take those down. But it's also a great way if you've met somebody at a party or something and you want to learn a little bit about them. You might be able to check out their Facebook page. Take it slow, but enjoy it and use Facebook in a very fun way to expand your network of friends.
So personally, mine is public, but would you suggest some of your private clients turn their profile on private?
Yeah, you can set your privacy settings. You can make sure that other people that aren't your friends can't see who your friends are. So you can have some different levels of privacy on Facebook.
The stigma with online dating, is that gone? Do people still have an uncomfortable time finding their person? I mean, there's so many options too with online dating. It can probably get a little bit overwhelming.
Definitely. I think it's really overwhelming, but I think that there's some really fun options that you can try. I like the apps because a lot of the apps like Bumble and Hinge are through Facebook. So if your friends of your friends through Facebook might show up on your Bumble feed. Mm-hmm. And both men and women tend to like Bumble because women get to choose. I think men sometimes get a little tired of always being the one to make the first move, and I think sometimes the men I'm talking to are like, wow, this is kind of fun. You know, the women are making the first move, and so Bumble's been a great one, but it's also connected through Facebook. So again, social media and apps are connected.
Well, I can attest, I just went to the Bartley wedding and they met on Hinge, so if you're in the pool, sign up.
It happens, it absolutely happens.
Thank you, Jill. Time now to meet our Maine innovator and creator. Here's this week's Game Changer.
As a credit union, we're cooperative, and we have that very nature built into us as to work together and kind of come up with solutions, and it's a people helping people philosophy. And so I think if we have more chance to share more stories of the various organizations out there that you're putting on your show, it's a greater opportunity to other people to jump in and help them expand their cause and do greater and bigger things in our communities.
Welcome back to Game Changers. I'm Jess Knox, your host. I'm here today with Kate Dickerson, the founder and director of the Maine Science Festival. Welcome.
Thank you.
I know a little bit about the festival. Why don't you tell our viewers about what the work that you guys are doing with the festival?
So the Science Festival, it's like an art festival or a film festival where the entire weekend celebration is all about science. But it's not like what you had in school. It's workshops and hands-on activities and films and exhibits, and our local professional theater company does plays, oftentimes aligned with it, and it is for all ages. So 10 and up is kind of the target range that we're going for.
So I assume that over a few years you've built a sort of following in a community. How does the festival play a role in building that community of enthusiasts for the things that go on?
You know, it's been really great because we've been able to build this community that is both hardcore science practitioners, so university researchers, people at Jackson Lab, MDI Biological Lab, and Bigelow, places like that, but also science enthusiasts. So there's this community of people who are doing really great science, and then there's this community of people who really love science. And then we've broadened our community to include people who thought they would be scared about science and actually really enjoy it. And one of the things that we're really proud of is that we've brought in arts organizations. So like the Penobscot Theater that I mentioned, we had the University of Maine Art Museum, Waterfall Arts. So we're trying to break down those silos and kind of help people recognize that everything that they do involves some type of science, and they don't have to do it, but it helps to know how it works.
Oh, that's great. If you had a magic wand and you could achieve your moonshot, what would that moonshot look like for the festival?
I think one of the coolest things would be if someone came up and said to me, I know about this great scientist you should have for the festival, instead of people saying, what's that science festival thing again? And me having to explain it. I think if people could come to us and say, I know the perfect person to headline your event, and it's a Mainer who's born and bred here or raised here or educated here, that would just be great.
Oh, that would be awesome. If people want to find out more information about the festival or find out about the work that you guys are doing, how can they find out more?
We have a website, just like everybody else, so that's mainsciencefestival.org, and we're on Facebook and Twitter, and as the festival gets closer, we're on Instagram as well. Plus, we have a YouTube channel, so we've got some of our videos on there of some of our talks, and then our film festival. We did a film contest for middle school students and high school students, so they're on there too.
Excellent. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks a million.
Hey everyone, out here on the waterfront off of Commercial Street in Portland, talking with Executive Director of the Maine Lobster Marketing Collaborative, Matt Jacobson. Matt, thanks for coming out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
To talk about all that you're doing for Maine lobster industry all over the country. Before we get to some big, exciting initiatives, tell us a little bit about what the collaborative is all about.
So we're an industry-funded group that tries to increase demand in Maine lobster.
So what are you finding when you go out to different cities and states?
I guess the first thing that we're surprised about is the level of ignorance about how to prepare lobster from chefs, let alone the general public. You get outside of Maine and they don't know how to cook it. You can't buy it in a supermarket because they don't have tanks. So that education process, the notion that there's new shell and there's hard shell and there's a difference in a seasonality, those things have been surprising to us at how little folks know.
Are they intimidated, or they just don't have their hands and accessibility to it?
I think it's some of both. I think it's mostly intimidating. Nothing else comes to a chef's kitchen that's alive. And so for them, it's a very different experience. They love the story. We found that the story is really exactly what they're looking for. They want a seasonality story, they want a sustainability story, they want to know about who caught my food and where did they catch it and is it a nice place. And then they want to know the culinary versatility. What can I do with a lobster? And so we can answer all those questions, and it's exactly the questions they want answers to. They just don't realize lobster's the answer.
So your team, along with some lobstermen and chefs, are heading to New York City, and we are going to be following you along. Tell us what we can expect in an event like this.
We'll bring in 100 to 200 chefs and local media. We'll bring in a half a dozen lobstermen. We'll have a tasting table. We'll have a demonstration of new shell versus hard shell, and we'll tell them the story of Maine lobster.
Good feedback? Are you feeling like it's really working? You're reaching a lot of people?
We are. Last year, just in the earned media, just in the publications that wrote stories as a result of these events, we got 1.2 billion media impressions. That means that 1.2 billion people had an opportunity to read about our story in papers just in the United States.
So we love lobster, obviously, here in Maine, so we eat it. The tourists come for it. How many pounds of lobster a year do we do here in Maine?
Maine eats about 20 million pounds.
Wow, okay, and so what's the overall industries?
So last year we caught 131 million pounds. So if we eat 20 of it, we gotta find a home for 110 million pounds around the world. So it's a big effort.
So another initiative to try to push and promote that is National Lobster Day. Did you have your hand in that?
We did a little bit. We asked Senator King and Senator Collins if they would pass a resolution in the U.S. Senate naming September 25th as National Lobster Day, and they've done it now 3 years in a row. And last year alone, we got media that would have cost us more than about $500,000 in advertising had we bought it to talk about Maine lobster. So it's a really important, but kind of a fun way to get the word out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for helping with that, and our senators will be excited to check back after New York City to check in with everybody to tell you what we found and saw. And 25th, go out and get a lobster.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Hey everyone, in this week's Maine Today Minute, we are looking forward to everything that fall has to offer. It's time to start planning your trips to see the fall foliage. If you're looking to get away soon, you'll want to head north at the end of this month or maybe plan a visit to Moosehead in early to mid-October. You can also enjoy the beautiful scenery from the comfort of your own home and get all jazzed up for the season with Maine Today's gallery of stunning fall foliage photos, as well as even more suggestions for where to leaf peep. If you need more reasons than just leaves to go on a getaway, the Common Ground Fair is also a great excuse to head to Central Maine. Always a highlight of the season, the fair in Unity starts Friday and lasts through the weekend, offering endless activities, demonstrations, and entertainment with everything from archery to astrology, along with lots of livestock. For more ideas on what you can do to get out and about this fall, head to mainetoday.com. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Here is one last song from Hours North at Myro Studios. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Just the man for you. Soaking wet and it smell like sex and cigarettes in a sulfur colored room, and no hot damn, I'm just the man for you. We'll smoke a little herb, we'll drink a red wine, we'll sing a couple songs just to pass the time away. What are you so afraid of? Around a bonfire, you're taking me higher, higher than I've ever been. What would transpire, running with a wildfire such as yourself, and I'm just the man for you.
blood that grows grain, embers in the flames, your eyes are burning red. Tripping on a smile, summer's been wild, now I wish it would never end. I miss you when you go, face glimmer gold in the sunlight. Just random bits that we wrote real quick, those words can fit, I really